I thought it was a good basketball game. I thought Niagara played really, really well. Tiffany Corselli had a big game. She made a bunch of shots. Certainly 6 for 10 from three is good for any player, and that hurt us a little bit. I thought we got a little soft defensively for a stretch. We changed up defenses and then got back into it. I thought Crystal was fantastic for us on that run. We got back into it. We got her the basketball in some places where she could be really effective as a passer and a scorer. I couldn't be more proud of. I think what you saw at the end of the game is indicative of what our team's been all year. Like, we've been dealt some tough blows through this season. We start the year out, we have 4 returning starters. And by the end of July, we have 3. And then midway through the season, we lose 2 more, and we lose our backup point guard. But what you saw on the court is what this team has done all year. Just keep trying to figure out a way and keep digging. So I couldn't be more proud of how they did that, right? A lot of teams, when you go through that in a conference tournament game, they could just fold. And we had a bunch of young players out there, and they kept on digging and got back and gave us a chance to win. And in the last possession, we got the 2 looks we wanted, right? And sometimes they go in and sometimes they don't. The play that we ran is the play that we practiced all week long, and we knew that the inbounder would step in and have a wide open 3, and it went in and out. It was right on line, and then we went out of bounds underneath, and we knew we could get Chris the ball right at that little mid-post area and get her little shot that she likes. And, sometimes they go in and sometimes they don't. But I'm certainly proud of them.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it was a huge adjustment. At first we struggled. It was a game against Manhattan, and it was something new. It was very new, but Coach got us into it. He had some good ideas and it's good offense, and listened to him, and we came out strong though. We did.
Maria, you guys were down at halftime, and then early in the second half, you got 3 straight baskets in a row, a couple layups. You kind of just talk about running the offense and how you were able to, whether it was backdoor cuts or screens, get some easy shots, good shots.
Well, at halftime, we talked about spreading the offense out because their defense was so condensed, and we kind of executed that way. And Crystal had some really nice looks to me in the backdoor cuts and to Lauren and everyone else, and we couldn't have got the shots that we did without the inside outs. And on the run, there was just the unselfishness of the team that really brought us up energy-wise as well.
Terry, as far as the rivalry with Niagara goes, you've been in it a while. You had some crazy finishes this year. Was this one of the better years for the rivalry? I know right now it probably isn't on your mind, but
yeah, there's been a lot of them. The past bunch of years at their place has been a buzzer beater. This year, Ashley Durham made a buzzer beater one year. Then we made one in overtime 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago. So, yeah, obviously, when you come to the MAAC tournament and you're playing your rival, right? It's double whammy, right? You got MAAC tournament basketball and you got your rival, and so that's a double whammy. But I thought it was a good game. I thought it was well played. I think sometimes when 2 teams might be overly nervous, it could be an ugly game. I thought it was a good basketball game. We didn't shoot it as well as we normally do, and they shot a little bit better than they normally do, and that hurt us.
this game was very different from the last week's game in terms of pace and scoring. Was that just how it played out, or was that both teams adjusting?
No, I think it was just how it played out. I think last week neither team really played great basketball. That was sort of an ugly game for a while. It was just an ugly, grindy game. But this is, I don't think it was anything lightning fast, but a little bit faster.
Crystal, was it difficult to play on a Thursday morning? Typically, you don't have a game of such importance, if any game, at this hour. But did it help to play your rival?
Well, we have practice early in the morning, 7:30 to be exact. So it wasn't that difficult to play in the morning. It's like Coach said, I think we played pretty well. We did, but like he said, shots didn't fall. That usually falls, and Corselli, she had a hell of a game. She did.
talk a little bit about your game? As I'm looking at the score sheet, you filled that up pretty well. It seems pretty indicative of your season. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. What I like to do best is I'm not a selfish person. I love to get other people open and off of drives, off of back cuts. It's what I do best. And then I score when I can or when we need to. But, yeah, like, Maria, I got a lot of bad cuts off of her, and I like to drive and kick it out. That's kind of a part of our game, what Coach Zeh says. We have to drive more and kick, and that's how we get our wide open threes usually.
Yeah, what I think, just to add to that, what you watched with Crystal Porter is, like, she's a fantastic all-around basketball player. I call her this year as, like, she's our little mini Draymond Green, right? She's going to get assists, baskets. Other than three-point shots, she's getting all those things. And her game has developed better and better every year that she's been here. And to watch her play this year was so much fun. I mean, she's over 100 assists is our power forward, right? She's shooting top 5 or 6 in the league in field goal percentage, 70-some% from the free throw line. But sometimes people don't realize is how much hard work went into that. Like, it didn't just happen. She worked her butt off through her career and wanted to get better. And it's, when we don't have Tiana Miskovich, especially down the end these last 12 games, we played through her as a point forward, and she was fantastic that way. I mean, just so good. We would get her. I mean, she would bring the ball up the floor a lot, but we would get it to her in spots where we could play through her. And as she said, by nature, she's not selfish, so she's finding people, and it made us really, really good. I mean, it's been a pleasure to coach her. She came all the way from Houston, Texas, to Buffalo, New York. That's a long, long trip. And what you saw out there this year is what I saw when I went there 4.5, 5 years ago when I watched her play in high school. I said, boy, she just does so many things, and she's done great for us. I couldn't be more proud of how she's handled the adversity and the player and person that she's become.
And then one more, if you don't mind. Is this a bit of a passing of the torch, if you will, from Crystal to Maria as a freshman who stood out today and all season?
Yeah, I thought Maria's year was great. Like, she was coming off the bench, and just stepped up as she gained confidence. And down the end with the minutes that she was playing was just so productive. I think it's more of a passing of the torch from Crystal, Tiana, and Jasmine. And because this is the first time in a while that there was a lot of tears in that locker room, because this team was fully vested in each other. And they made so many sacrifices. Jasmine was our sixth man as a senior, coming off the bench, making those sacrifices. So I think it's more of a passing of the torch. Like, here's how we do things. This is how Canisius does things. And these guys know now. And so, yeah, playing-wise, maybe she's passing it, a big game. But I think in general, it's those three leaving their mark, and the things that they left for us has been really, really good.